The big spaceship Earth's Hope moved slowly through the dark space. Captain Min-Jun Kim stood on the bridge, looking out at the stars. He and his crew had been traveling for many months, searching for new worlds and alien life. "Captain, we're picking up some strange signals," said Jae-hoon, the young man working at the radar station. His eyes were wide with excitement. Min-Jun walked over to look at the screen. "What kind of signals?" "They seem to be coming from a group of planets ahead. It's not a natural signal. It's artificial," Jae-hoon explained. The whole bridge went quiet. Everyone knew what this meant. They might have just found alien life. Min-Jun took a deep breath. "Okay, let's get closer. But be careful. We don't know if they're friendly." As they moved towards the signal, more ships appeared on their screens. Hundreds of them. Thousands. It's a whole civilization," whispered Soo-jin, the ship's scientist. "We've found an alien empire." The crew of Earth's Hope was amazed. They had dreamed of this moment, but never really believed it would happen. As they got closer, they started to see the alien ships clearly, but something was strange. "Captain," said Jisoo, the chief engineer, "those ships, they look old, really old." Min-Jun frowned. Jisoo was right. The alien ships looked like they were falling apart. Some had holes in them. Others were moving very slowly, like they were broken. "Maybe they're just poor," suggested Jae-hoon. But as they watched, they saw more and more ships. Some were big, like cities floating in space, but they all looked old and weak. "This can't be right," said Min-Jun. "How can an empire this big have such bad ships?" Suddenly, a voice came through their speakers. It was speaking a strange language. Soo-jin worked quickly on her computer. "I think I can translate it," she said after a few minutes. The voice became clear. "Unknown ship, you are entering the space of the great galactic empire. Stop your ship immediately." Min-Jun looked at his crew. They all nodded. They were ready for anything. "This is Captain Min-Jun Kim of the Earth ship Earth's Hope. We come in peace," he said. There was a long silence. Then the voice came back. "Earth? We don't know this place. Are you from the outer regions?" Min-Jun was confused. "We're from the planet Earth, in the Milky Way galaxy." Another long silence. Then, "Milky Way? Oh, you mean the far spiral? Yes, we know that place. It's very far away. Why have you come here?" "We're explorers," Min-Jun explained. "We're looking for other life in the universe." The alien voice sounded excited. "Explorers? How wonderful. We haven't had explorers visit in thousands of years. You must come to the capital at once. The Emperor will want to meet you." Min-Jun and his crew looked at each other. This was not what they expected. "Thank you," said Min-Jun. "We'd be honored." As they followed the alien ships to the capital, the crew of Earth's Hope talked excitedly. "Did you see those ships?" said Jisoo. "They're so old. I think I could build better ones in my sleep." "And did you hear them?" added Soo-jin. "They didn't even know where Earth was. Some empire." Min-Jun smiled, but he was worried. "Remember," he told his crew, "we don't know anything about these aliens. They might be stronger than they look. We need to be careful." But as they got closer to the capital, a huge space station that looked like it was held together with tape and glue, Min-Jun started to think that maybe, just maybe, humans were more advanced than this great galactic empire. As Earth's Hope docked at the station, Min-Jun made a decision. "We'll be polite," he told his crew. "But keep your eyes open. I have a feeling this is going to be a very interesting visit." The crew nodded, trying not to laugh. They were about to meet the rulers of the galaxy, and so far, it looked like the galaxy was in for a big surprise. The doors of Earth's Hope opened with a soft hiss. Captain Min-Jun Kim and his team stepped out onto the galactic capital station. They looked around in wonder and confusion. The station was huge, bigger than any city on Earth. but it was a mess. Wires hung from the ceiling. Lights flickered on and off. The air smelled funny. "Welcome, Earth explorers," a voice boomed. A tall blue alien with 4 arms walked towards them. "I am Grak, chief greeter of the Galactic Empire." Min-Jun bowed slightly. "Thank you, Grak. I'm Captain Min-Jun Kim. This is my team. Ji-Soo, Su-Jin, and Jae-Hoon." Grak's eyes widened. "Oh my. You all look so different. Are all humans so small and pink?" Ji-Soo, the engineer, tried not to laugh. "We come in different colors, actually." Grak looked amazed. "Fascinating. Come, the Emperor is waiting. He's very excited to meet real explorers." As they walked through the station, the humans saw more aliens. Some had tentacles, others had wings. But they all looked tired and moved slowly. "Is everyone okay?" Su-Jin asked Grak. "People seem unwell." Grak waved a hand. "Oh, it's just the usual tiredness. Running an empire is hard work." The humans exchanged looks. This was getting stranger by the minute. They reached a big door with a sign that said, "HFY's room," in badly spelled alien writing. There's a spelling mistake," Jae-Hoon pointed out. Grak looked confused. "What's a spelling mistake?" Before anyone could answer, the doors opened. Inside was a round room with a tall chair in the middle. On the chair sat a small green alien wearing a crown that was too big for its head. "Behold," Grak announced, "the great Emperor Zorp, the 257th, ruler of the Galactic Empire." Emperor Zorp yawned and scratched his head. "Oh, hello. You must be the explorers. How nice. Would you like some tea?" "It's cold, I'm afraid. The kettle's been broken for a century." Min-Jun blinked in surprise. "Thank you, Your Majesty. We're honored to meet you." Yes, Zorp said, waving a tiny hand. "Now tell me about this. Earth. Is it part of our empire?" "No, Your Majesty," Min-Jun explained. "Earth is an independent planet. We've only just developed space travel." Zorp sat up, suddenly interested. "Space travel, you say? How marvelous. We haven't had new space travelers in ages. Most of our ships don't work anymore. Too much effort to fix them, you know." Ji-Soo couldn't hold back anymore. "But how do you run an empire without working ships?" Zorp looked confused. "Run the empire? Oh, we don't really run it. It sort of runs itself, or doesn't. I can never remember which." The humans were shocked. This was the ruler of the galaxy. Su-Jin decided to try a different approach. "Your Majesty, what about science? Surely the Empire does research." Zorp brightened. "Oh yes, we have a head scientist. Grak, where's Blurp? I want to show the humans our latest invention." Grak pressed a button, and a screen flickered to life. An old alien with thick glasses appeared. "Blurp," Zorp called. "Show the humans our new invention." Blurp held up what looked like a stick with a rock tied to it. "Behold, after 500 years of research, we've created a hammer." The humans stared in disbelief. Earth had been making hammers for thousands of years. "Isn't it wonderful?" Zorp said proudly. "Soon, we might even discover fire." Min-Jun didn't know whether to laugh or cry. This empire, which claimed to rule the galaxy, was less advanced than ancient human civilizations. "Your Majesty," Min-Jun said carefully, "on Earth, we have more advanced technology. We'd be happy to share." "Oh no, Zorp interrupted. "That sounds like too much work. We're quite happy as we are." As the meeting continued, the humans realized something incredible. They weren't just visitors to this empire. They might be the most advanced species in the entire galaxy. Later, back on their ship, the crew of Earth's Hope sat in stunned silence. "So," Jae-Hoon said finally, "what do we do now?" Min-Jun looked out at the stars. "I don't know, but I think the galaxy is in for some big changes. And with that, the adventure of the humans in the Galactic Empire was just beginning. After their strange meeting with Emperor Zorb, the crew of Earth's Hope returned to their ship. They had a lot to think about. "I can't believe it," said Jisoo, shaking her head. "They think a hammer is new technology." Sujin nodded. "And did you see their computers? I think my great-grandmother had better machines." Captain Min-Jun Kim called for quiet. "Okay, team. We need to figure out what to do next. Any ideas?" Jae-hoon raised his hand. "Captain, maybe we should take a closer look at their technology. There might be more to it than we think." Min-Jun nodded. "Good idea. Jisoo, you and Jae-hoon go check out their engineering bay. Sujin, see if you can learn more about their science. I'll talk to Grak and try to understand how this empire works." The team split up. Jisoo and Jae-hoon followed a map to the station's engineering bay. When they got there, their jaws dropped. The room was huge, filled with machines, but most of them weren't working. Alien engineers were hitting machines with sticks, trying to make them start. "Excuse me," Jisoo said to a nearby alien. "What are you doing?" The alien looked up. "Oh, hello. I'm trying to make the air cleaner work. It's been broken for 50 years. Jisoo looked at the machine. It was covered in dust and rust. "Have you tried opening it up and fixing the parts inside?" The alien's eyes went wide. "Open it up. But that's not how we fix things. We just hit them until they work again." Jisoo and Jae-hoon exchanged looks. This was worse than they thought. Meanwhile, Sujin was in the science lab, but it didn't look like any lab she'd ever seen. There were no computers, no advanced equipment, just a bunch of aliens looking at rocks through magnifying glasses. Hello," Sujin said. "I'm here to learn about your science. What are you working on?" An alien with 3 eyes looked up. "Oh, how exciting. We're studying these round objects. We think they might be a new type of rock." Sujin looked closer. Her heart sank. Those are potatoes." The alien gasped. "Potatoes? What a strange word. Are they dangerous?" Sujin sighed. "No, they're food. You can eat them." The entire lab erupted in excitement. "Eat them? Amazing. We must tell the Emperor at once." While his team was making these discoveries, Captain Min-Jun was talking to Grak. "So Grak," Min-Jun said, "how exactly does the Empire work? How do you govern so many planets?" Grak looked confused. "Govern? Oh, we don't do much of that. Most planets just do what they want. We send them messages sometimes, but our communication system has been down for a few centuries." Min-Jun was shocked. "But then, how is it an empire at all?" Grak shrugged. "Well, we say we're an empire, and nobody argues. It's much easier that way." As the day went on, the humans learned more and more about the Galactic Empire, and everything they learned made them more amazed. The Empire had no real government, no working technology, and no idea how to fix anything. They had forgotten more than they knew. That night, the crew met back on their ship. "Okay," said Min-Jun. "What did we learn?" "Their engineering is a joke," said Jisoo. "They don't even know how their own machines work." "And their science?" Sujin shook her head. "They thought potatoes were a new kind of rock." Min-Jun nodded. "And they're not really ruling anyone. It's all just pretend." The crew sat in silence, thinking about what they had seen. "So what do we do?" asked Jae-hoon. "Do we just leave them like this?" Min-Jun stood up. "No, I think we have a responsibility here. These people need help. And maybe this is why we came out here. Not just to explore, but to make a difference." The others nodded slowly. "But how?" asked Sujin. "We're just one ship. We can't change an entire empire." Min-Jun smiled. "Maybe not. But we can start. Tomorrow, We're going to introduce the Galactic Empire to some new ideas. And who knows, maybe this is the beginning of a whole new age for the galaxy." As the crew went to bed that night, they were excited and a little scared. Tomorrow, they would start to change the galaxy, and nothing would ever be the same again. The next morning, Captain Min-Jun Kim and his crew met with Emperor Zorp again. This time, they had a plan. "Your Majesty," Min-Jun said, "we'd like to help your empire. With your permission, we can teach your people some of what we know." Zorp yawned. "Oh, that sounds like work. Are you sure it's necessary? It could make life better for everyone." Sujin explained. "Your people could have better food, cleaner air, and working machines." Zorp thought for a moment. "Well, I suppose that might be nice. All right, you have my permission. Just don't make too much noise. It disturbs my naps." With the Emperor's okay, the humans got to work. They split up to tackle different problems. Jisoo went to the engineering bay. She gathered a group of alien engineers. "Today," she said, "we're going to learn how to really fix things." She picked up a broken machine. The aliens watched in awe as she opened it up, cleaned the parts, and put it back together. When she turned it on, it hummed to life. The aliens cheered. "It's magic," one shouted. Jisoo laughed. "Not magic, just science. And I'm going to teach you how to do it too." Meanwhile, Sujin was in the science lab. She had brought seeds from Earth's hope. "These are plant seeds," she explained to the curious aliens. "When we plant them and give them water and light, they'll grow into food." The aliens were amazed. "You mean we can make our own food? We don't have to wait for it to appear in the food dispensers?" Sujin nodded. "That's right. And I'll show you how." In another part of the station, Jae-hoon was teaching a group about computers. He had brought some simple tablets from the ship. "These devices can store information, do calculations, and even help you communicate across long distances," he explained. The aliens were fascinated. They had never seen anything like it. "Can it also hit things to make them work?" one alien asked. Jae-hoon smiled. "No, but it can help you figure out how to fix things without hitting them." While his crew was teaching, Min-Jun was talking with Grak and other Empire officials. He was explaining ideas like democracy, education, and healthcare. "You mean we could choose our leaders?" Grak asked, amazed. "And everyone could learn things, not just the smart people." Min-Jun nodded. "That's right. And with better healthcare, your people would live longer, healthier lives." As the day went on, excitement spread through the station. Aliens were fixing machines, planting seeds, and learning to use computers. For the first time in centuries, things in the Empire were changing. But not everyone was happy. A group of old aliens in fancy clothes came to see Min-Jun. "This has to stop," their leader said. "Things have always been this way. Change is dangerous." Min-Jun tried to explain the benefits, but the old aliens wouldn't listen. They stormed off to complain to the Emperor. That evening, the humans met to discuss what had happened. "We've made great progress," said Jisoo. "But those old aliens could cause problems." Sujin nodded. "They're afraid of losing their power, even if that power doesn't really mean anything." Min-Jun thought for a moment. "We need to show everyone how these changes can help. Not just a few people, but the whole empire." Jae-hoon had an idea. "What if we fix their communication system? Then we could spread these ideas to other planets." The team liked this plan, but they knew it wouldn't be easy. The old aliens would try to stop them, and fixing an entire empire's problems would take a lot of work. "It's going to be hard," Min-Jun said, "but I think it's worth doing. We have a chance to help an entire galaxy of people. Are you all with me?" The crew nodded. They were tired, but excited. They had come to explore the stars. Now they were changing them. As they went to sleep that night, none of them knew what challenges the next day would bring. But they were ready to face them. The adventure was just beginning. The next morning, Captain Min-jun Kim and his crew woke up to a big surprise. A crowd of aliens was waiting outside their ship. But these aliens looked different. They weren't from the capital station. "Who are you?" Min-jun asked. A tall purple alien stepped forward. "We are from other planets in the Empire. We heard about the humans who are teaching new things. We want to learn too." The humans were shocked. How did these aliens get here so fast? Jae-hoon figured it out first. The communication system. We must have fixed more than we thought yesterday. The news is spreading. Min-jun smiled. This was good news, but it also meant they had a lot more work to do. "Okay," he said to his crew. "Let's split up again. We need to teach as many aliens as we can." So they got to work. Jisoo took a group to the engine rooms of some old spaceships. Soo-jin went to teach about farming and food. Jae-hoon started a big class about computers and communication. Min-jun walked around, helping where he could. He saw amazing things happening. Aliens who had never fixed anything were now repairing old machines. Others were planting seeds in empty spaces on the station. Some were even starting to talk about electing new leaders. But not everything was going well. The group of old aliens who didn't like change were causing trouble. They told lies about the humans, saying they were trying to take over the Empire. "Don't listen to them," they shouted. "These humans will ruin everything." Some aliens started to get scared. They weren't sure who to believe. Min-jun knew he had to do something. He called a big meeting in the station's main hall. Thousands of aliens came to listen. "Friends," Min-jun said, "I know some of you are scared. Change can be frightening. But look around you. In just 2 days, you've fixed machines that haven't worked in years. You're growing your own food. You're learning new things." The aliens looked at each other. It was true. Things were getting better. "We're not here to take over," Min-jun continued. "We're here to help. And then we'll leave. What you do with this knowledge is up to you." Many aliens cheered, but the old group who didn't like change were still angry. Their leader, a grumpy blue alien named Zorbo, stepped forward. "This human is lying," Zorbo shouted. "They want to destroy our way of life. We must stop them." The crowd started to argue. Some agreed with Min-jun, others with Zorbo. It looked like there might be a fight. Suddenly, a small voice spoke up. It was Grak, the alien who had first welcomed the humans. "Wait," Grak said. "I have an idea. Why don't we test the humans' ideas? Let's take one planet and try these new ways. If it works, we can do it everywhere. If it doesn't, we can go back to the old way." The crowd went quiet. Then, slowly, they started to nod. It was a good idea. Even Zorbo couldn't argue. "Fine," he said. "But if this fails, the humans must leave forever." Min-jun looked at his crew. They nodded. "We agree," Min-jun said. So it was decided. The humans would go to a small planet in the Empire. They would have 1 month to show how their ideas could help. As they got ready to leave the station, Min-jun felt excited but nervous. This was their big chance to help the Empire. But if they failed, they'd have to leave all these people behind. "Are we ready for this?" Soo-jin asked. Min-jun looked at his crew. They were tired, but their eyes were bright with hope. "We're ready," he said. "Let's go change a planet." As their ship took off, heading for a new adventure, none of them knew what challenges waited for them. But they were ready to face anything. The fate of an entire empire now rested in their hands. The planet Zorbex was small and dusty. As the Earth's Hope landed, Captain Min-jun Kim and his crew looked out at the barren landscape. "This is the planet we have to change," Jisoo asked, frowning. Min-jun nodded. "It won't be easy, but we can do it." They stepped out of the ship. A group of aliens was waiting for them. These aliens looked tired and hungry. "Welcome to Zorbex," said the leader, a skinny green alien. "I'm Blurp. We heard you're here to help us." "That's right," said Min-jun. "We have 1 month to show how our ideas can make your lives better." Blurp looked doubtful. "Many have tried to help us before. None have succeeded." "We'll do our best," Sujin said kindly. "Can you show us around?" As they walked through the small town, the humans saw many problems. The buildings were falling apart. The farms were dry and empty. The few machines they had didn't work. "Where do we even start?" Jae-hoon whispered to Min-jun. Min-jun thought for a moment. "We start with the basics: food, water, and energy." So they got to work. Ji-soo and Jae-hoon went to fix the town's old power plant. Soo-jin started teaching the aliens about better farming methods. Min-jun worked on fixing the water system. Days passed. The work was hard, and progress was slow. Some aliens started to lose hope. "It's not working," one alien complained. "Nothing ever changes here." But the humans didn't give up. Slowly, things began to improve. After a week, the power plant started working again. Lights came on in the town for the first time in years. A few days later, the first seeds Soo-jin planted began to sprout. The aliens were amazed to see green shoots coming out of the dry ground. Min-jun and his team fixed the water system, and clean water flowed through the town. As the second week ended, the town was starting to look different. The aliens had more energy. They started to help with the work, learning from the humans. But not everything was going well. Zorbo, the grumpy blue alien who didn't like change, arrived on Zorbex. He started telling lies again, trying to turn the aliens against the humans. "Don't trust them," Zorbo shouted in the town square. "They're destroying our way of life." Some aliens listened to Zorbo. They stopped helping the humans. The work slowed down. Min-jun knew they had to do something. He called a town meeting. "Friends," he said, "I know change is hard, but look around you. Your town has power now. Fresh food is growing. You have clean water. Is this not better than before?" The aliens looked at each other. Many nodded. "But what happens when you leave?" One alien asked. "Will everything go back to how it was?" Min-jun smiled. "No, because we're not just fixing things. We're teaching you how to fix them yourselves. This isn't our victory. It's yours." The aliens cheered. Even Zorbo couldn't argue with the changes he saw. As the third week began, something amazing happened. News of Zorbex's changes spread to other planets. Soon, ships started arriving. Aliens from all over the Empire came to see what was happening and to learn. The small, dusty planet became a school for the whole Empire. Aliens learned about farming, engineering, and governing themselves. They took these ideas back to their home planets. As the month came to an end, Zorbex was transformed. The town was clean and bright. The farms were green and full of food. The aliens walked with pride, excited about their future. On the last day, Emperor Zorb himself came to see the changes. He was amazed. "I never thought Zorbex could look like this," he said. "Maybe it's time for some changes in the whole empire." As Min-jun and his crew prepared to leave, the aliens of Zorbex thanked them. "You've given us more than help," Blurp said. "You've given us hope." The humans smiled, proud of what they had achieved. But they knew their work wasn't done. The whole empire was waiting for change. As Earth's hope took off, heading back to the capital, Min-jun looked at his crew. "Ready for the next challenge?" he asked. They nodded, tired but happy. They had come to explore the stars. Now they were changing the whole galaxy, one planet at a time. 6 months had passed since the humans first arrived in the Galactic Empire. Captain Min-jun Kim stood on the bridge of Earth's hope, looking out at the stars. So much had changed. "Captain," called Jae-hoon from his station. "We're getting a call from Earth." Min-jun nodded. "Put it through." On the big screen, the face of their boss back on Earth appeared. "Captain Kim," she said, "it's time for you to come home. You've been gone a long time." Min-jun looked at his crew. They all seemed sad at the news. "With respect, ma'am," Min Jun said, "I don't think our work here is done." His boss smiled. "I thought you might say that. That's why I'm not ordering you to come back. I'm asking what you want to do." Min Jun turned to his crew. "What do you think? Should we go home or stay?" They all spoke at once. "Stay," they said. Min Jun grinned. "Then it's decided. We'll stay and continue our mission." His boss nodded. "Very well. Keep up the good work. Earth is proud of you." As the call ended, Min Jun felt a mix of excitement and worry. They had done a lot, but there was still so much to do. Over the past months, they had visited many planets. Each one was different, but they all needed help. On some worlds, they taught about farming. On others, they fixed old machines. Everywhere they went, they showed aliens how to work together and solve problems. But it wasn't always easy. Some aliens, like Zorbo, still didn't like the changes. They tried to stop the humans. Sometimes there were arguments and even fights. But in the end, most aliens saw that the new ways were better. The biggest change was in the Empire itself. Emperor Zorp had started to learn about being a real leader. He didn't just take naps anymore. He worked hard to help his people. "I never knew being an emperor could be so much fun," Zork told Min Jun one day. The humans had also made many friends. Grak, the alien who first welcomed them, was now in charge of a new school. He taught aliens from all over the Empire about science and technology. Blurp, the alien from Zorbex, had become a great farmer. He traveled to different planets, showing others how to grow food in hard places. Even Zorbo, who had fought against them at first, was changing. He still didn't fully trust the humans, but he had to admit that life in the Empire was getting better. As Min Jun thought about all this, Su Jin came to him with news. "Captain," she said, "we just got a message. A new alien species has been discovered at the edge of the Empire. They're asking for our help." Min Jun smiled. It seemed their work would never be done. But he didn't mind. This was why they had come to space. To explore, to learn, and to help. "All right," he said. "Let's go meet our new friends." As Earth's Hope prepared to leave for its new mission, Min Jun looked at his crew. They had changed too. They were no longer just explorers. They were teachers, fixers, and friends to an entire galaxy. "You know," Min Jun said, "when we first got here, we thought this empire was funny. We laughed at how behind they were." The others nodded, remembering. "But now," Min Jun continued, "I think we've learned as much from them as they have from us. We've learned about patience, about seeing the good in everyone, about never giving up hope." The crew agreed. They had all grown in ways they never expected. As the ship took off, heading towards new adventures, Min Jun felt proud. They had come to this galaxy as explorers. They were leaving as part of a family. A big, weird, wonderful family that stretched across the stars. The Galactic Empire wasn't perfect. It still had problems to solve and challenges to face. But it was getting better every day. And the humans from Earth were happy to be a part of it. As they flew into the unknown, ready for whatever came next, Min Jun smiled to himself. The galaxy was full of surprises, and the greatest adventure was just beginning.